Being alone is a gift, not a curse. People tend to always focus on the wrong side of things instead of realizing how being alone could actually benefit you. It's like a new beginning at life. You get to actually pick what's right for you instead of sticking to people you feel like are doing you dirty. People who don't really respect you as much as you respect them or care for you as much as you care for them. Being alone gives you options. You can pick who you want to be with. You can pick what type of people you want in your life. You can pick what you want going on in your life. Whereas if you're always surrounded by different people, they're the people who influence your life. You don't influence your own life, they do. You have people around you all the time telling you this, telling you that. It's almost like a distraction from your own real life. I mean, being alone gives you the opportunity to think about what you really want for your future, what it is exactly that you want to do, what goals you want to achieve, what things you want to do. Whereas when you're always surrounded by people, you've got no time to think about things, you've got no time to think about your future, or no time to think about what you want to do for yourself. So it's okay to be alone. You've got to understand that being alone is an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to improve the type of person you are, to work on your goals, to try and improve your life, and to try and create a better future. Being alone will only benefit you if you're being alone in the right way. If you're being alone in a way where you focus on yourself, then that's a good thing. But if you're being alone in a way where you just accept the fact that you're lonely and you don't do shit for your life, you don't try to improve it, you don't try to not be alone, then you're going in the wrong direction. Because if you're in a negative situation, you need to find a way to turn it positive. Otherwise, that situation will stay negative until you make a change. Because things won't always go how you imagine them. Things won't always change just because you want them to. You've got to provoke an action. Like if you're always alone, for example, it's not like all of a sudden you're going to gain your friends. You're going to stop being alone. It doesn't work like that. You need to make a change in order to not be alone anymore if that's not what you want. If you are always alone, look at that as an opportunity. Tell yourself that you having all this time to yourself, you having all this quiet and peace to yourself, is an opportunity for you to shine. It's an opportunity for you to do what's right for you, to achieve your goals, to work on yourself, because you've got no one holding you back. You've got no distractions whatsoever. So you need to think of that situation in the right way. Don't think being alone makes you a fucking loser. It makes you the type of person who no one cares about, because it doesn't work like that. You won't be alone forever. You will only be alone forever if you do nothing. Because you trust me, guys, you can't just stop being alone all of a sudden. It won't work like that. You've got to make a change. So if you're currently the type of person who's always alone, you've got to value that. Like, you've got to view it as an opportunity to shine, view it as an opportunity to improve yourself. Because the more alone you are, the more thoughts you have to yourself, the more things you can do that will improve your life instead of trying to improve other people's. Being alone is a gift, guys, and I can't tell you enough. It gives you the opportunity to focus on yourself so you can realize what it is exactly that matters to you the most, and it's yourself. Because you will always be by yourself in life. Like, not in like general, but I mean like you will always most likely sleep alone, you will always do things alone, you will always eat alone, you always die alone. Obviously certain things like that you probably won't eat alone, because 90% of the times we spend time with ourselves rather than with other people. So if you can get used to being around yourself, if you can get used to focusing on what's right for you, then you will improve as a person, and that will benefit you. I feel like being alone also allows you to pick the right people, because if you finally realize that what you want to do for your future and you know how you're going to improve yourself, being alone is like a fresh start for social life, because you can pick the right people for you. Whereas when you're not alone, you're always surrounded by half of people you like and the other half of people you don't like. You've always got people, you've always the type of person who knows a lot of people, but you don't know if you can trust them. Whereas when you're alone, you know no one, you have no friends. It's a fresh start for you to talk. Get used to talking to people. You can actually think about them and think if they're the type of person who would benefit your life or not. Because when you have to stick with like a group of people who always talk shit about you, they don't support you, it's better to be alone in that situation. Because it's better to be alone than to be around people who don't value you. Because that's how you should view your life. Like, being alone is more of a gift than you think, because you can actually pick the type of people who will benefit you, the type of people who will actually care for you, and that will only happen if you make an action. So if you're someone who finally wants to achieve a better social life, then you've got to go out and achieve it, because it's not going to come to you. Obviously, people might end up coming up to you and talking to you, but 80% of the time it's not going to happen. You're going to have to be the one that makes that action. So if you want to improve your social life, don't just go out and talk to loads of people and try to make as much friends as you can, because you will regret that. You need to go out there and you need to talk to people. You need to almost analyze them and think, is this the type of person I want in my life? Is this the type of person who would always be there for me? And if they are, keep talking to them, and if they're not, move on to the next person. It's that simple. Obviously, it sounds a lot easier than done, because it's not easy to just go up to people in your class or just go up to people you see around and just start talking to them. Obviously, you've got to overcome your fears and overcome your emotions, but at the end of the day, as long as you actually try, that's all that matters. Because if you keep thinking about it going wrong, then it will go wrong. But if you keep thinking about it going right, then it will go right. It's just how you perceive it that matters the most. You've got to perceive a positive situation as positive and not a positive situation as negative, because that's what a lot of people do. Because 90% of the things you worry about never happen. And that is a statistic. You can look it up yourself. Most of the things us as humans worry about never happen. So if you see someone and you want to be friends with them and you keep thinking to yourself, oh, this person's not going to like me, you're probably wrong. Like, there's a 80% chance you're wrong. So you've got to not try and think negative about certain social situations, because it could actually go in your favor. So thank you all so much for watching. Please understand that it's okay to be alone. It's okay to have time to yourself, as long as you use that time to improve your life. It's going to be all from me. Make sure you comment down below if you need help with anything, because I will reply to every single comment. It's going to be all from me once again. Have a good day.